this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I'm talking today about a company that actually used to be 3 different formulation lines, and they all joined forces in 2019. I'm talking about Tomorrow's Nutrition Pro, Master Supplements, and US Enzymes. They all offered foundational support for digestion or dysbiosis. And they joined forces to put all their formulations into a comprehensive wellness support program, starting with their foundations and their basics, which is digestion. Now, thousands of years ago, Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut. And more science is proving that. The more we study the microbiome, the more we recognize that the balance between good and bad bacteria, or dysbiosis, which just means not a good balance of those bacteria, that balance is really key to our immune health, and our immune health really runs our overall health. It affects our quality of life and our longevity. So in this company's map of what they offer these foundational products for digestion to get to the root cause of any imbalance in the digestive tract. So they offer their Biozyme and their Digeszyme. So the Digeszyme is a full spectrum enzyme that helps you to digest all of the food groups or all of the macronutrients. So there's enzymes in there for proteins, for fats, and for carbohydrates. So of course that makes sense because we need to digest each one of those food categories when we eat them. Now, why would we need more enzymes? Well, sometimes due to genetics or infection or inflammation, our pancreas does not make enough enzymes to digest what we have eaten. So it's always nice to have some extra support in there. So they offer these Digeszymes, high quality, full spectrum enzymes for digestion. And then they offer a couple of different probiotics. So they have their Theralac, which I would call a full spectrum multi-strain probiotic. And I think that's a good maintenance or general health probiotic. They also offer True Bifido Pro, which I recommend for people who have SIBO or IBS, who have gas, who have bloating, who have sort of just a chronic digestive sensitivity that may or may not be, diagnosed with anything. So the True Bifido Pro only has Bifidobacterium species, which studies show prevent overgrowth and also offer support from gas and bloating. And that's usually the number one symptom when people have digestive distress. So True Bifido is just Bifidobacterium, and that's what I recommend for people who have a lot of digestive issues. Then they offer their True Flora, which is their mixture with a couple of strains and some enzymes. So that, again, is like a general, I would say, for just general maintenance if you're not experiencing a lot of symptoms anywhere. So they have this foundational part of their formulations, they call them the foundational products, to alleviate symptoms of dysbiosis and to strengthen the microbiome. So after that is kind of stabilized, and so I would say once you're experiencing less digestive symptoms, they offer their systemic formulations. And this is things that will help you detoxify and to stabilize or bolster your immune system. And the one that I like the best, and I'm the most familiar with, is their Sun Fiber. Now you might be thinking, well, that's fiber, okay, that's part of the digestive system. Well, of course it is, but you definitely wouldn't want to start to take a Sun Fiber or maybe even really any supplement, especially a fiber supplement, if you're not already digesting everything pretty well. Otherwise, it's just going to kind of sit around and cause you symptoms. So the Sun Fiber is a very unique fiber. It comes from guar beans. I don't even know what a guar bean is. I don't think I've ever eaten one, but I know that I've taken Sun Fiber, so I have taken the guar bean fiber. So this is a prebiotic fiber. So this helps to feed the bacteria that's already in your body. And that's great because there's a lot of bacteria in there that we want to multiply and stick around and be a healthy part of our microbiome. So Sun Fiber is a very soluble, in fact, it's 100% water soluble fiber that doesn't have any taste or grit or odor. And that's a big deal, especially for somebody who is experiencing a lot of digestive distress. A lot of foods become unappetizing or can cause nausea, or if they have a weird smell, you have a hard time taking it. So I really like the sun fiber because out of any fiber supplement I've ever seen, it is the most innocuous, right? It doesn't smell, it doesn't look like anything, it doesn't taste like anything, it doesn't feel like anything in your mouth, and it's 100% water soluble. So having dealt with digestive problems my whole life, I always recommend that you start low and slow, especially with any new supplement, especially with a fiber supplement. So with sun fiber, I always recommend that you start with 1/8 or 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then you go up to the full scoop that they have in there. That is the full recommended dose for that. Now, sun fiber, it's guar gum, it's hydrolyzed guar gum, and it's also considered a glucomannan type of fiber. So if you're like, well, is it guar gum? Is it glucomannan? It is guar. It's guar gum made from guar beans, and glucomannan is a type of fiber. It's the type of molecule that it is, and it's 100% water soluble. So sun fiber is part of the line that is their systemic support because it is helping obviously with your digestive system, but it's also feeding the good bacteria that's already in your body and stabilizing your microbiome and helping your immune system. Their last category of offerings and formulas, they call their specifics or their specificity. And these are things for addressing specific conditions. So like they have one for kidney support, and they have some systemic enzymes for reducing overall inflammation, especially if you have injuries or arthritis. So they have these 3 different categories of their offerings. And, alone, those individual companies probably didn't have a full systemic offering for your total whole health. But once they joined forces, now they have this full spectrum of really supporting first your digestion, but then your systemic health. So I recommend starting, of course, with your digestion on any health plan and working from there, and then moving up to any other health concerns or issues that you have, and finding high quality formulations that are specific to what you're experiencing and that are made from professional companies that use science and medical studies to back up the doses and the ingredients that they put in their supplements. And this company, Tomorrow's Nutrition / Master Supplements / US Enzymes, certainly does that. And here at Healthy Habits Living, we are always here to help you get healthy so you can stay healthy and be healthy.